Hello everybody, Revolver Guide Perfect for Poor People. Today I'm going to do just a little video on uh, medical supplies and cleaning and sanitation after a SHTF end of the world as we know it event. Uh, I really believe that sanitation is going to be a big thing after a major collapse. If you look back over history, people live longer now than they ever have, and that's due to a couple of things. Obviously, one thing is the medical care and technology we have is better than it ever was. Uh, as fast as Americans can ruin their health with terrible eating and terrible habits, not getting any exercise, our life expectancy is still higher today than it ever was. And but a big part of all of that is our sanitation. Uh, you look at 100 years ago, and a lot of houses didn't even have indoor plumbing, and people lived in old wooden houses and so a lot of times had dirt floors, and the sanitation and the cleanliness just wasn't there. I mean, people stayed as clean as they could, but there was just only so much you could do. So I think after a major event, that being clean is going to be a major thing, and having the supplies to do it is going to be very important. So as we look at it, I don't have enough, but I do have a pretty good amount of medical supplies and cleaning and sanitation supplies. Everything from bandages and band-aids to gauze and Coban wrap, even a few scalpels and some betadine and alcohol and peroxide. Just a few things around to keep for a first aid emergency type situation. I think all that's important. I even have some ACE wrap bandages, in case there's a sprain or something. My wife is a nurse, and she has worked in a trauma center. She did for a few years, so she has a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge, and she has a trauma pack that she keeps, and it's got a lot of stuff in it. And we have a quick clot and different things for major wounds. And this is all stuff. If you don't have somebody in your group that really knows how to use it, then you're going to have to learn how to use it yourself. And you can. I think anybody can learn how to use it. Just study it and practice and do what you can. When it comes to medical supplies, we also have to speak about medicines. What do we have on hand? I think that in a post-collapse situation, we're really going to need to look at as many herbal remedies as we can. We need to learn now what grows naturally that will help us, because the supply of medicines is going to be limited, and it's going to run out if this event goes on for any real length of time. So that's something you can get on the internet and explore that and learn so much from it all. And you can learn a lot about what not to take and what side effects things have, because even herbal remedies will have things in it that could affect other things. So you have to be careful with that. That's just knowledge that we need to know. If I have a little book that I write things down in, and I try to, that way I don't have to just try to get it from memory. I can go back and look. Now, I keep plenty of ibuprofen and Tylenol on hand. Usually just Sam's brand. I'll buy a big bottle of it when I go there. And I keep plenty of that extra. That's good, obviously for aches and pains and to help bring fever down. God forbid you get a fever post-collapse, and if there's no hospital to treat you, you're going to have to do something about it at home. And that leads into antibiotics. You can buy antibiotics online. You can buy... a lot of people now are buying these fish antibiotics. I don't know that much about them. I really haven't read up on that much. Of course, a lot of people tell you to be careful with that kind of stuff. But it's definitely something you need to have in a post-collapse, is some way to fight an infection. Because I really believe that's going to be a big way that there's a lot of loss of life. Sure, there might be a lot of people going around trying to kill each other and everything, but I think that sickness and injuries will cause more deaths than anything. Unfortunately, starvation, but a lot of it will be from the water you drink. You've got to have a way to filter your water, and that's another thing about cleaning and sanitation is you've got to have ways to filter your water. I have several thousand coffee filters here, and I'll use that to filter my water and then boil it if I have to. If my filters fail, because I do have filters also, and I've yet to purchase one of the Berkey water filters. Those things are fantastic. I'd really like to get one. They're pretty expensive, but I do have some other filters and other ways to filter my water. So for right now, that's what I have planned to do. I'm on well water, and I can pump some of that out, and that water will be fine. I won't worry about drinking that. If the time comes where I can't use it, I've got to have a way to filter and clean this water. Another thing on the list of medicines that a lot of people don't think about are multivitamins. I buy big bottles of them. I've got them. Well, I rotate them because they do expire. I don't really know how much they really would expire, but there is a date of expiration on them, so I do rotate them. But I buy big bottles of multivitamins. I think that's going to be an important thing to have. As far as getting some of the things that you need, because you may be eating a lot of foods that don't give you everything you need. Especially if you're packing away staples, rice and beans and oatmeal and flour and different things, that's great. But you're not going to be getting all the vitamins you need on a daily basis. So a good multivitamin may help give you what you need and get you through anyway. So another thing that I want to talk about, which I think is probably the most important thing we can do next to food and water, and maybe firearms, but I don't know. I think this is going to cause more deaths, and that's cleanliness and sanitation. We have to stay clean even after a post-collapse. We can't just let things go. One important thing is going to be to sanitize everything you can. I bought several of those 3-pack sanitizing wipes from Sam's. I've got several of those put up. They're not really expensive. They're about $10 for like a 3 or 4-pack, something like that. And I keep those that way. I can try to keep things wiped down and clean, especially during times of sickness. Another thing I buy bottles of bleach tablets from Walmart. I get these at my local Walmart. They're about $3 for 32 tablets. Usually about one of these and about a quart of water will make a real good solution to clean with. And so it's not really expensive. I mean, I've got several bottles of them now. And the bleach tablets will last right on and on. The problem with buying liquid bleach is that after a few months it will degrade. And then even after about a year, it really won't be worth anything. So you want to find a way. Some people use pool shock. There's 2 different kinds. You have to make sure you get the right kind. I can't remember off the top of my head which one it is. But it won't degrade, and you can make bleach out of it too. You could even add a bleach tablet to probably several gallons of water, and that would sanitize it. But either way you do it, you definitely need something that you can use as a sanitizer and a cleaner to keep yourself and your family well. Especially during times where there's not much of a chance of medical treatment. And that's, I believe our immune systems as humans has really gone down. Everything's so different than it used to be. And, there's a medicine for everything, and we can't fight off infections like we used to. And so now I think that we as a society have probably compromised our immune system more than we've helped it, since we're not really exposed to anything like we used to be. And if we would ever have a pandemic in this country, it would more than likely be devastating. Another thing I concentrate on is soap. Soap to bathe with, wash your hands with. shampoo, dish detergent, laundry detergent. You need all this stuff. Once things are gone, it's gone. And I really would like to learn how to make my own soap. I've actually been looking into doing that, and I'm gonna try to maybe work on that this winter. When I got a little more time. I'm just so covered up now. It's hard to keep up. So, but I have a lot of that in storage, and that's something that you really need to consider. You're gonna have to be able to wash your dishes. You're gonna have to be able to wash your clothes, and and something else you're gonna need is toilet paper. My wife kind of kids me. She doesn't have enough toilet paper for a cruise ship, because that's just something that I don't really want to run out of. Feminine hygiene products is another thing. I mean, I have a wife, and I have 3 daughters at home of the age, and I mean, that's a lot of feminine hygiene products. So that's something that you have to look at, making sure you have enough of. And like I say, if you can store up some soap, get some things put away. You don't have to buy the expensive stuff. Buy the cheap stuff. It's in a post-clutch situation, you're going to be glad to have something that works, and that's all it really needs to do. We're going to have to work on keeping clean. Here, fortunately, I have a septic system, so I'm not going to have to worry about anything getting backed up like in a city sewer or anything. And I've already planned that I will save water from when we wash our clothes and our dishes, and that will be used to flush toilets. And I'm actually in the process of working on a shower. I've got a 5-gallon bucket that I'm going to use to gravity feed water down for a shower. And I've got a little hose that goes up to it, so I'm going to try it out here soon, see how it works. And I think being clean is going to be a very, very big priority, just about as big as anything. Well, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. Maybe some pointers, something you thought of that I haven't. I'd like to thank you for watching. If you don't care, click like and subscribe. And remember, all gun laws are unconstitutional.